Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods. And today guys, we are going to continue on the Rossi bike. So we're going to do pack 4, which includes stages 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Now, this pack seems to centre on the exhaust system for the bike, and it also looks on the binnacle for the bike, so where the information would be, speed and everything like that. Now, I know I've got sound today because I've double checked it, triple checked it, just to make sure the sound is coming through. Not like yesterday when I was getting no sound at all. But I know what that was. I updated Windows before I did the recording, and the Windows update knocked out the microphones on OBS. So that's to note next time I do an update. Make sure I check the microphones on OBS. But I've checked them, they're all working fine, so we should have sound today. But yeah, we're basically going to be working on the exhaust system for the bike, and then we're going to be looking at the control panel for the bike, which we'll see in a little bit. So moving on to something a little bit different. I mean, we did start the exhaust in the last pack, which was pack 3. Yeah, we get to continue a bit more with this today. So a lot of screws, a lot of pipes, and yeah, a lot of fun. Anyway, we'll get started on this one. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, let's get started. So let's get issue 12 parts here. Get my scalpel. Get these bits. We've got some type B screws in this one today. So let's get these B screws out. Okay, so using the B screws, we'll get all these bits out. Again, I can still keep these foam just in case. Brilliant for keeping parts nice and safe. So yeah, get that out. Oh, lovely little bit of exhaust that. Wow, look at the decals on that as well. Amazing. Okay, and get the next bit out. Okay, and again, all metal. This is the next bit. Okay. Wow, amazing. Okay, so let's get started. Just move that scalpel out the way. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we are going to be working on right hand exhaust pipes. Now, we're going to have a right hand, we're going to have a left hand, so this will be repeated. But the first thing we need to do is we need to get this pipe like that here, and this pipe like that here, and this is going to simply join on. Yeah, it's going to join onto there and join onto there, just like so. And that's what it should look like. And first of all, it wants us to insert the type B screw into the hole circled in the photo. So we'll get a type B screw. Now we are going into metal, so I'm going to dab a bit of 3-in-1 oil. And we'll screw this down. Okay. And then again, I believe it wants us to do it with this. Does it want us to do it with the second one? No. So it only wants us to do that. Okay. Right. That's it for issue 12. Oh, sorry, stage 12. Wow. That was quick. Okay, so that's stage 12 complete. Okay, so moving on to stage 13. Unlucky for some. Always unlucky for me. We've got quite a few parts in this one, so we've got some little plastic parts there. We're saying R1, R2, and then we've got L2. We've got L1 and L2, and then that's not marked at all. And we've got some more type B screws, and we've got this as well. This is plastic. So I'll get more of the type B screws out. Only 3 of these this time, so we'll only be using 2 because we always get 1 spare. Okay, so I'll just move that to one side. Right, so this is the exhaust outlet probes and joints. Okay, so taking what we did in the previous issue, I'm just seeing which rotation they want this in. Let's have a look. Or is it the pipe that we did earlier? Well, it looks like there, but that doesn't look like what it says in the magazine. Let's have a look. I'm just double checking. Right, because it should, this outer pipe here should be on the other side by the orientation of the magazine, but it's got it round that way. So am I missing something? Let me just check the instructions back in issue 12. Okay. So we did that. Okay. Okay, that's correct. We put that in. We put that into there. And that's what we should have. Okay. Right, I know what I've gone wrong. Right, okay, so read instructions, Mark. We need the exhaust pipes we did in issue 11. So, there we go. That's my mistake. Okay, so we'll get them out. They're just wrapped in this foam here. There we go. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'll put that to one side. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get these parts here. So it says open up bag. Oh, hang on, L1. Okay. Open up bag L1. And it wants us to basically open up bag L1 and remove the joint spring. Fit into the slot in the outer pipe. No adhesive is needed, as you need to press the two locating pins firmly into place. Right, okay. So we're going to do that. So we'll not the best push fit, but it's seen better. And this top one's a bit, yeah, it's in, but you know. Okay, so the next step is we need to next insert the lambada sensor, lambada probe, into the hole into the next. So we want this to go into there. Okay, right, so we've done that. Okay, so the next part is now take the second joint spring and the second probe out of L2 bag, which is this. Okay, and fit them in a similar way. Right, okay. So somehow we've got to get down here. We've got to fit this, which is, I don't think it's going to be too easy with that pipe at the top in place. Maybe it would have been better to do this before we screwed them together. But when you're not knowing what's coming in the next issue, it can be a little bit, yeah. But there we go. I managed to get it in. Okay, and then again it wants this lambada sensor putting in there. So I don't know, the lambada sensor would test the amount of, I think it's oxygen or some gas that would be coming from the engine into the exhaust pipes. We do have them in modern cars, and then the car would use that information to change the air fuel mixture. Okay, so that's now in place just as it says. Now we need to take the right one, and I think we're just going to do exactly the same as we did in the other one. So yeah, so we need to take the joint spring R1 in the bag R1. So there we go, and we're just going to fit this in a similar fashion. Just like so. Now I'm just looking how this sensor comes out. Right, so it goes, it's going to go in more or less, I think, like the other one. Was that facing upwards? I believe it was. Okay, that's that one. Then we need bag R2. We're more or less going to repeat what we did in the other one on the left side. Again, we've got to try and get this in with that pipe in the way. Right, this is a little bit more difficult than the other one. Let me get some tweezers and see if this just helps slightly just to get this into place. There we go, that's in place there. Shouldn't be too bad around this side. I've just noticed that this is actually, there isn't a proper way for this to go in. Now I've got it in, but this is actually angled for this bit. But we've got it in, fantastic. Okay, and like before, we need to put the sensor in. My problem is I don't want to break these sensors because, you know, last time I was a bit heavy-handed with it. Now is it gonna go? Oh dear, right. I think it's gonna go in like that. Yes, it looks like it. Okay, and that's in there. Okay. We do have some of these left over. We didn't use any of the type B screws in this one, so but I believe we've got these left over, so I'm going to put them to one side for when we need them next. And that is stage 13 complete. Okay, so moving on to stage 14. Now we've got these parts, but we actually don't really need to even open this yet. The parts in here, so we might as well just put that to one side for now and continue what we've been doing. So we're going to be continuing with the exhaust, and what it wants us to do now, I want to make sure I get this right. We need to put this bit on, so I'm just looking how this orientates. So to complete this assembly session, retrieve the 2 pairs of exhaust pipes you assembled in issue 13 plus the exhaust outlet, its 2 joint springs and 2 type B screws provided with the same issue. You will also need the crosshead screwdriver. Okay, so I believe it's this exhaust here. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to place this on there, so like that. Okay, and then we need to screw that down with the type B screw. It's going to remagnetize my screwdriver. Seems to be. I've been doing a lot of builds lately, so now that's better. Picked it up better. Just seems to be a lot of it is slipping off these days off the screwdriver, so it just needed a quick remagnification. And that's very strange. No, I'm not doing this right. So let's just retract that, because we then need to, which I didn't realise, is we need to connect up these others. So that on there like that. Then these are going to come down. It's going to be a problem, I can see it. These are going to come down. If I can hold that there onto here, just like that. Now we're going to screw it in with a type B screw. Just down onto there. Okay, one of these sensors came off. Not a problem. I'll just put it back in. Okay, so that's looking correct. That's looking correct. So everything is looking correct so far. Okay, so step 6 is to make sure that them 2 bits there are lined up, and then we need to screw that in with what I would think is a type B screw. So insert the screwdriver into the hole and tighten the screw carefully. Right, okay, so yes, we do need a type B screw in there. So it's nice that we've joined these exhausts already. The idea there is just making sure that's lined up to get that screw in. Okay, so that's that sorted. Okay, so what we need to do next is get these parts here from the previous issue, and we're basically going to put one onto there, one onto there. Quite enjoying this build. To say, you know, I've never done a motorcycle build before. I've ridden motorcycles, you know, in my youth, but yeah, it's really interesting how this is going on. Okay, right, so that's now on, and that is this stage complete. Wow, so we have now got the exhaust system for the Rossi bike. Wow, amazing. Now I've got a sneaky suspicion that we're going to need another one of these, so there'll be 2 coming out at each side, but yeah, that's pretty impressive so far. I'm really enjoying that, and I love the little bit of photo etch that's on there. Glad I didn't have to cut that off and put that on. But that is stage 14 complete. Okay, so on to stage 15. This is instrument panel and LCD display. But what we do need is we do need our parts from issue 14, first of all. Okay, so we've got, just move that out of the way, rubbish. We've got some more type B screws. I think type B screws is the favourite one at the moment, out of all of them. Okay, so we've got more type B screws. We've got these parts here, and we need to get these parts out first of all. Okay, that's 1. That's 2, and then we'll just move this rubbish to the side. Try and keep the desk tidy. Okay, so the first thing it wants us to do is, with it in this orientation, it wants us to put this gold piece on top just like that. Now it does say to make sure that that part is coming out this way and these parts are lined up here. And then it wants us to turn it over and insert 2 screws into the hole circled in yellow to secure the valve cover. So that'll be 2 B screws. Again, I've ducked these in some 3-in-1 because these are metal parts, and it just helps. You don't have to struggle with it then. This issue so far is a lot easier than the previous issue. Okay, so, the previous previous pack. Get it right, Matt. Okay, so we've done that now. We're now putting that to one side because we do need the parts that are in issue 15. Okay. Doesn't look much to do in this one, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got no screws. No, nothing really. Okay, that's good. Okay, we'll get this part out here. We'll get this part out here, this little bit of perspex. Okay, so next. Okay, so we need to get these bits here. And what we need to do first is we need to turn this over, and it wants us to put this little perspex, clear perspex bit in. You can see that's probably been a little bit of a tight fit. Right, I believe that's in place. It's nice and flush. So fantastic. Okay. Right, so we've put that in. Next we need to flip this around because we need to put this in. This is just going to be clipped in. Is there a film on this to protect it? No, nothing. I am going to have a look at the Partwork Upgrades display for this actually, because to leave it blank is just, it just looks quite sad like that really. But yeah, okay, so we've done this part here, which is the cylinder head cover, and we've done this, which is part of the instrument panel, and that is stage 15 complete. Okay, so moving on to stage 16, which we do need the parts for. Excellent. Okay, so we'll get all these out. Oh. Okay, so we'll get these out. Oh, we've got some Type J screws in this one. So they're new. They're definitely new and different. And we'll get all the bits out. I believe we're going to need all of them. So we'll get them bits there. And them bits there. Okay, a couple of screws in there. Right, okay, so what I want to do first of all, I'm just going to have just a quick tidy up of the desk. So I'm just going to move the scalpel away because we're not going to need that again today. So let's move that out the way. Okay. Now let's just move them bags to one side. Okay, so instrument panel support in this issue. Okay, so we've got this bit here. And it says lay out the instrument panel. Okay. As shown. The right hand side plate marked R and the left hand side plate marked L on your work surface. Okay, so. Right, so that's left. And that's right. Yes, okay. So it says fit the left hand one. Right, oh, hang on. Okay, so it's going in more or less down there like so, and just push it into position just like that. Okay, then we're going to do the same with the right hand panel. Right, okay, that's that done. Right, so step 4 then. We're going to need this here, and we're going to need this here. And what it's asking us to do is basically, I think, push that through there, like so. And then from the underside, I think we've got to screw this in, you know. From the underside. So it says turn the assembly, the instrument panel over and use a Type J screw supplied with this issue to secure, right, okay, to secure the thing. So Type J. This is going into plastic. Always nice to have new screws. Right, that's grabbed. Okay, so we've done that now. Next says turn the assembly back over, and we need to put these pins in into these two holes here. Oh golly. Alright, this might be easier said than done. And that back cluster panel's just come out, the clear perspex just popped out. So that's one in. Get this second one in. That one's in. And then I'll just put this back in. I don't know if it might be worth putting some tape on that, something, I don't know. Okay, so we've done that now, they're in. And I think next fix the instrument panel support to the back of the panel without gluing it. Right, okay, so okay, just seeing how this goes. I don't know, it's not clear at all how this goes. Really not clear at all how this fits on. I mean, does it go like, I think it goes like this. Yeah. Okay, that's how it goes on. I'm gonna say, because the pictures on this are just not very clear at all. But that's how it goes on. Okay, right, so we've sorted out that one. And that is it. Okay, so that is stage 16 complete. So let's have a look what we've done in this pack. So we've got the instrument panel there. We've got the exhaust that we've done here. Wow. And then we've got this cylinder head that we've done here, and that's what we've done in this pack. Wow, amazing. So that's stage complete, and that is pack 4 complete. Well guys, that's it for Rossi Bike today and pack 4. Thank you for tuning in. I really enjoyed that, I have to admit. Them bits went together a lot better than I thought it was, compared to the last one I did, which was an absolute nightmare. I had to keep stopping and starting the camera because things weren't just doing as they should do at all. And yeah, that was a difficult one. The same with the Miura yesterday, that was a bit tricky as well. But that seemed to have gone smoothly. Just I need to read instructions because I go off a lot of the pictures, but I do try and read the instructions where I can. But because I'm doing this as I open it, normally I would have double checked it and thought, well, what's going on here? Ah, right, okay, we need to put that in, and that's why it's not as fluid as it normally is. But I have problems, so you guys don't have to, or I struggle to get so you guys don't have to. Now I do have pack 5 and I do have pack 6 of this build as well coming, and I think I've got pack 7 on the way as well. So I'm gonna be well into it. Now, if you think about it, this is over a 24-month period with D'Agostini. When we've done pack 6, we are going to be a quarter into the build. So if you sum it up with the 4s, we are going to be 1/4 into this build already. And it doesn't seem 2 minutes since we started this build as well, which is amazing. The time is just flying by, which is brilliant. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next set of stages on this, because this is completely different from what I've done before. Anyway, enough of me rambling on. If you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, guys, stay safe and bye for now.